Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. So today I used a bunch of makeup that I bought in my last video, which is where I went to the drugstore, took you guys with me, and I got a bunch of brand new stuff. So I used all of it today, and we're gonna do a wear test on this stuff and see how long it stays, if it really holds up. Overall, I really like the way that everything turned out right now. But yeah, without further ado, if you would like to see how I created this look right here and then how the rest of this wears throughout the day, then keep on watching. Alrighty, so first things first, I'm going to be going in with the Milani Prime Shield Face Primer, and this is the mattifying and pore minimizing primer. And I just bought this the other day, and I did like test a little bit out on my hand, but I haven't actually put it on my face yet. It feels like almost like it emulsified, like you know how with coconut oil when you put it on your hands it like starts as like a gel and then it gets kind of watery. That's how this kind of feels. Yeah, it's still, I'm not a big fan of the way that this smells. It smells really like, it has that like silicone smell, like there's no scent to try to cover it up, so it is like a very silicone-y smelling, but it feels nice on my skin. I feel like it's like smoothing out my complexion, so not mad at it. Looks pretty good. And next for foundation, I'm literally so excited to try this out because I'm a full coverage gal and this is a full coverage foundation. And this is the Milani Conceal and Perfect 2-in-1 Foundation and Concealer, and I'm in the shade 05 Warm Beige. So I'm just going to be pumping this out on my little palette down here and blending that all in with my Eco Tools sponge. Oh, this is thick, honey. Okay. That's insane. Like all of my redness is basically gone. I'm gonna blend this down the neck just a little bit because I think it's a touch dark. Not too dark compared to like obviously my arms and the rest of my body because I don't tan my face. But I'm just gonna take this down the neck so everything blends smoothly. Foundations never cover up my freckles. Like they always kind of cover them, but never to the point where I can't see them anymore. And girl, they're gone. Overall, like this is full coverage. It's super thick coming out of like the container, but it doesn't feel heavy on my face. Like it doesn't feel super thick and full coverage. Like it still feels like comfortable to wear. I'm definitely gonna have to set this with powder. Some full coverage foundations like you don't have to set, but this is definitely gonna have to be set because I can already kind of feel it like creasing in some of these lines that I have. So for concealer, I'm gonna be going in with the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer, and this is in the shade 20 Sand. I'm gonna do a little bit of a thicker application with this concealer just because the Shape Tape that I normally use is obviously extremely thick and very full coverage, and this does get there, but you have to apply a more liberal amount of it just to get it to cover the same way, but it works just as well, honestly. And blending that in with my Real Techniques sponge. Alright, and next I'm going to be setting all of this down with the RCMA No Color Powder. Obviously this is not from the drugstore, but it is extremely affordable, and I'm not using any drugstore brushes today, but they're all Morphe brushes and/or brushes that I've gotten like over the years that I know were not like super expensive. So these are all still really inexpensive products that you could use, but just know that they're not exactly from the drugstore. So I'm going to be taking a Morphe R13 little tulip brush to set under my eyes and the rest of my face. Alright, and I'm going to go through and set all of this powder down with the NYX Matte Finish Setting Spray, and then just like push that into my skin with my Eco Tools sponge. And this is going to help meld all of those powders together so there's no cakiness. And this is especially important with this kind of foundation look that I'm going for today because it is so full coverage that you do not want to look cakey. Like you want to make sure that everything looks smooth and blended and like perfect on your skin. Alright, so far I'm like loving the way that my skin is looking. We're definitely gonna put this all to a wear test to see like if it really stays this nice throughout my day. And I'll just keep you guys updated as the day goes on. Alright, so next for bronzer, of course, I'm gonna be going into the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer, and I'll be using a Morphe R14 brush. It's literally like not even on here anymore. I just kind of have to guess. I should write it on here. Whatever. Here we go. And next for brows, I'm going to be going in with the L'Oreal Brow Stylist Definer. And then on top of that, I'm going to be putting the NYX Tinted Brow Mascara in the shade Chocolate. And this pencil is in the shade Dark Brunette. And then we will be right back. So I do really like these two brow products like mixed together because I feel like this pencil might be a little too dark, but then with the lighter kind of brow tint on top of it, it like lightens it up and adds some like definition to my brows, so it looks kind of like hairier than they are because there's like different shades in there. So I do really like it. I think the combination for my brows is pretty nice, so I might just keep on using that. So next for eyeshadow, I'm going to be using the City Mini Palette by Maybelline, and this is the Chill Brunch Neutrals palette. So first thing I think I'm going to do, I'm just kind of winging it here with this, is go in with this lighter shade right here, just kind of in my crease and on my lid, just to like kind of set a base for the rest of the shadows. And to do that, I'll be using a Morphe R40, just like super fluffy brush. And next for in my crease, I'm going to be going in with this color right here and using a Morphe M433 brush just to kind of blend that all over my crease area. And next, to deepen up the crease even more, I'm going to be going into this shade right here and using a Morphe M507 brush to do that. Now this does have like a little bit of shimmer in it. It looks mostly like a black with maybe some purple sparkles in it, but I'm thinking that as it's blended out into the crease, it's not going to look sparkly, it's just going to look like a deep purple color, so we'll see. These shadows do blend out like really easily, which is so nice because a lot of drugstore shadows get really patchy and stuff, but this is affordable and is blending out really nice. And next for on my lid, I'm going to be going in with this shade right here. My mom's really excited about this one. This shade right here, and taking that on a Morphe M421 brush, and I'm also going to spritz it with some of that matte finish spray from NYX too, just so we're getting the most pigment payoff here. I would definitely recommend spraying the brush, like 100%. I would recommend spraying the product before putting it on your eye, but overall it's really nice. So I'm just gonna take this shade right here and a little teeny bit of this shade just right on the outer corner underneath my eye. First going in with the lighter shade all underneath. Then just taking two little taps of that and bringing that just on the outer portion. So overall, I really like this palette. I think the colors in it are super pretty. I think the shimmers definitely need a little bit of spray, but I mean, a lot of shadows need that and actually make them look nicer and better, so I wouldn't take that away from this at all. I think it's nice. I'm excited to try these two other shades, but overall, I'm really pleased with this look so far. And next for liner, I'm going to be going in with this Wet n Wild Pro Line Felt Tip Eyeliner, and I'm just going to be trying, I mean, I'm saying this now, like trying to create a small wing, but it's going to end up being like a normal sized wing that I always do, but we're going to attempt to make it a small wing, and then we'll see what happens. My little wing dreams are forever crushed. I can't do it. Like, I cannot create a small wing. I'm a big dramatic wing gal. I can't help it. I don't know how to do a tiny wing. I'm sorry, guys. I'm a failure. I'm a wing failure. But overall, I actually really like this liner. I'm interested to see if it's going to start running in my inner corner because I did try to pull it down all the way, and usually what happens is because my eyes are watery, it like connects in here and like makes it feather out from in my inner corner. So I'm gonna see if that happens throughout the day, and we'll do little checkups to make sure all my stuff is staying where it's supposed to be. So next for mascara, I'm gonna be going in with the L'Oreal Voluminous Lash Paradise. And I do have to say that I opened this up and I used it once already, and it is, you'll see, you'll see, you'll see. I can't talk about it. You'll see what happens. Okay, first of all, I would like to just point out the difference between my two eyes right now. It's insane. Like, the pigmentation of the actual mascara is so black. L'Oreal's Carbon Black mascara, like I bet they have the same kind of pigmentation in this too, because it is true black. It's not that gray black that tends to happen with mascaras. This is truly black. And the bristles on the brush are so densely packed that it gets in every single hair and like pulls them all out. So like each eyelash is coated. All right, and next for highlight, of course, we're gonna be going into the Wet n Wild highlighting powder in the shade Precious Petals because I love it and it's amazing, and girl, it's just so good. Like, this stuff is $5. You guys are gonna be sick of hearing me talk about this highlighter. And next for blush, I'm going to be going into the Maybelline Master Blush palette. I'm going to be taking this shade right here and just using a big fluffy blush brush for this. This is a Motives brush. I don't know where I got it from. I just use it. And for my lips, I'm going to be going in with the L'Oreal Infallible Paints Metallic Lipstick in the shade Liquid Venom. And last but not least, setting my face with the Matte Finish Setting Spray from NYX. This setting spray has one of those sprayers that's not like, but it's like, so you have to kind of like hold it a little bit further away from your face because you don't want those like droplets of like product to be on your face, because that kind of makes it a little weird and break up funny. So definitely keep that in mind with this product specifically. But overall, I really like the way that everything looks. I think my skin looks so nice and so smooth right now, and I'm like praying that it stays this way because it does look really nice, and I feel like my under eyes are really light and everything is concealed. I don't have any of that like red, that hyperpigmentation underneath my cheeks in here. I know I touch my face all the time, so I'm gonna really try not to do that today so that we can get the best wear test out of this. So let's continue on with my day, and then we will meet back here later. Alrighty guys, so it is a disgusting day outside in Florida. Like always, it rains every single day, so no surprise here. But I just wanted to kind of do a little check-in because it's been about an hour since I put my foundation on, and we're in some natural light so you can see kind of my pores in this area and whatever. But overall, I still feel like it's holding up really nice. I don't have any creasing happening yet. I always look at my forehead first because that's where I have like the most lines, but so far so good. Everything seems to be pretty clear and pretty smooth, so liking it so far. Alright everybody, so I just got gas. It's about 7 o'clock now, so it's been what? About 5 hours that I've had this makeup on, and so far the only thing that I've seen really breaking apart is the lip. But the lip never said that it was supposed to be long wearing, so I'm not necessarily like upset about that. Other than that, I feel like the foundation did start to crease up a little bit in like my 11s and on my forehead. I can just see some like tinier lines in that area, but overall, like not really bad. I still feel like my under eye looks really nice and really bright, and the areas like around the bottom of my face haven't, you know, rubbed away or worn off. So overall, I mean, I feel like it's really holding up and doing well, but I'm on the way home now, and I'll give it a couple more hours, and then we will do a final check-in. Alrighty, so we are back, and it's been about 7 hours now since I've had this makeup on, and overall, I think it held up really, really, really nicely. The only things that I'm really seeing are that I have some creasing right here in my smile lines and a little bit in between my eyebrows. I usually get lines on my forehead and they're not even that bad today, which is like shocking to me. The area around my nose, like my pores and stuff, do seem a little, I don't know, like I feel like maybe it was the primer, like breaking it up a little bit around my nose. But I want to try the foundation. I want to make sure it's not the foundation. I don't think it is because it's stayed really nicely everywhere else. Like even down here in this area where I touch all the time, it's like stayed in place. So I want to try it again with like a different primer to see if that makes a difference. But I think my face looks awesome. I think the foundation really held up. The eyeliner in the inner corner has stayed. It hasn't moved. It didn't like feather out or anything with the water. And y'all, I was in the rain today. I was sweating, bringing groceries in. So like I kind of had like the wetness factor all in this, and nothing moved, nothing changed. The shimmery eyeshadow on my lid did kind of like run up into my crease a little bit just from like having my eyes open, but it doesn't look bad. I think the eyeshadow still looks really nice and nothing has really moved around too much. So I'm overall, like I'm super pleased. The lip, obviously I haven't touched the lip up and it has like rubbed off a little bit, but then again, it never said that it was supposed to be long wearing or stay all day, so I'm like completely not mad at that. So overall, like 2 thumbs up for everything that I used today. Maybe not the primer, but I still think it like did an okay job, but not like a great job. But overall, like I'm totally happy with everything and how everything looks. Just a little comparison for everybody. These are the 2 foundations that I will be using like constantly. This foundation right here is like awesome and I love it, but it's $47. And this foundation right here has lasted so nicely on my face and it was only $7. And they both come with 1 fluid ounce, which is pretty standard for foundation. So you're getting the same amount of product, probably better coverage with this one than with this one. I do really like the way this one feels on my skin and like the coloring of it and like the finish. I like this as well. So if you're like obviously not wanting to spend $47 on this Lancome foundation, I would definitely recommend the Milani Conceal and Perfect. So overall, I mean, I think we did pretty good. I think we like with this one. So yeah, if you found this video helpful or you liked it, please leave a thumbs up and a comment down below and subscribe to my channel. It would mean so much to me and I would really appreciate it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye!